through your through the way you decrease. The demand for more compassion, the demand for more food, the demand for more interaction, it becomes chaotic and the boundaries start to dissipate. And you become, what happens is you leave the space of patient and enter the realm of slave. There's a slave energy. You'll do anything. You'll do anything if you feed me 3 times a day. He can deduce a meal to 1 time a day in a nursing home. And then he'll remove, the applesauce from the plate, from that one meal. And then he'll remove, the bread bun. And so now you're just left with white meat chicken breast and maybe a little bit of gravy. And from there, he can work and manipulate off the tray what he can get from you. And Joni is the same way. They're the same way. But she's more skilled than he is. And so you get that mentorship when it comes to individuals thinking the same on a cognitive level. Okay? And so when it comes to the boundaries dissipating and you're left in the presence of someone like this, it can be very, very dangerous. And a person like that can put you in a space where you feel like you're losing your mind. And you were never there in the first place when you met this fool. You're back on track with your kidney operation. Your kidneys aren't failing, but, he's not providing you your medicine on time. He's not cleaning your sheets on time. He's not adhering to your dietary needs. And he's doing that on purpose because he has to be in demand at the nursing home. He's got to be Big Papa. You understand? And so when it comes to special needs children, these are the type of individuals that you need to be very careful and mindful of because there's allegedly, quote unquote, a challenge, a mental challenge. But the mental challenge is workable. But if you leave a child in the presence of an individual like Lenil or people that are like-minded like him, a child that is already in a challenging position can be manipulated into a very dangerous spot where it could lead to a cemetery. But even a child that is not categorized as special needs, when they're left in the presence of adults, demonic adults that think like this, that chip away at clean bed sheets, that chip away at validation, that chip away at encouragement, that chip away at nutrition, that chip away at, things that you need physically, toiletries, a good night's rest, healthy interactions with healthy individuals. Because these people will always isolate you so that they can be the chosen one. You understand? They want to be the chosen one. And when it comes to children, even a child that is not special needs can be placed in a compromising position when it comes to their boundaries because of the decrease And a child that has already been brought up in a home where they've been instructed and empowered through their parents teaching them about boundaries. You know, your parents teach you about boundaries when you already have everything you have. You know, yes, it's very true. When your parents teach you about boundaries, you have everything that you need. They teach you in that environment. But those boundaries are tested in an environment where your needs are not met. And so you got to go boardroom. The child goes boardroom in their mind and has to finagle and figure this out when it comes to their basic needs. And this is the chaos that perpetrators want to create. And this is an energy in which they climax in. It celebrates their debaucherous ego. All right. And so these individuals have to empower themselves through decreasing a child's power and having an understanding of their environment. Because in early childhood centers, we teach children to be confident in the classroom, how to navigate it. They know where the arts and crafts table is. They know where the block section is. They know where the library section is. So the first 45 minutes when they come in free time, they drop off their backpacks, hang up their coat. They can navigate comfortably like it's their own house where they want to go. So for 45 minutes, they can structure in the morning. They can go, I'm going to go to the block section first for 10 minutes. And, I think I'm going to go to the kitchen area afterwards. So this free time allows them to navigate and structure how they want to move. You understand? And so they throw their navigation off, their GPS. But the GPS is also moral based. It's moral based. And what these individuals do when it comes to children is they throw the GPS off when it comes to children, when it comes to morality. When you're already teaching your child, you know, the importance, the milestones of morality, self-preservation, you're teaching them in an environment where it's not going to be challenged. But you'll have debaucherous adults that know that your child is in an environment where it's going to be challenged, and they will not assist your child through the process. That's why you have to have healthy teachers around, healthy mentors. Because if you have at least one decent person that is helping your child pass through it, you have the safety and the relaxation of your mind and your heart, knowing that someone acknowledged the environment being toxic and someone led your child through the toxicity in a healthy way. But when you don't have that, when your child is scorned, laughed at, and mocked, your child has to go into the boardroom of their mind for survival. And when you have nasty adults play survivor games with your child, then you're dealing with a very evil situation. So I'm communicating this to adults to understand the mindset of these individuals in regards to empowering themselves in nursing homes, hospitals, early childhood centers. You know, because the elders and children, their needs are pretty much, you know, on the same level. You know, nutrition, the brain, taking care of the brain, the development of the brain, You know, because dementia is kind of interesting because children forget, but, you know, you can be 74 and forget. So they mirror each other in regards to mental, nutritional health and cognitive resonance, things of that nature. So it's important that we remain steadfast and vigilant. We must be vigilant about acknowledging individuals with this toxic behavior. And if we do catch them, they must pay the full price in this life and in the next one. They must pay. Because if you have to empower yourself through decreasing the needs of others emotionally, physically, and mentally, if you are already a weak-minded individual, because these people are weak and they're looking for a greater weakness, then we're dealing with a very deep evil. And it's an evil that we have to attack, and we have to be swift about it. All right. Thank you for your time. I dedicate this video to my daughter, Nala Charles McAdoo. You are already in my arms, baby. Love you.